and we went to Cuba. And while we were there, I had the opportunity to meet with medical professionals. Came back home, and I went to the Literacy Council, and I said I would love to set up a medical ESL program for physicians who have recently arrived from Cuba. That's the beginning of the story.
There comes a moment when the needs and talents of one group of people coincide with the needs and gifts of another. It then takes vision and perseverance to bring these groups together and discover the beneficial solution for everyone. In central Pennsylvania, the Latin American Doctors Association is becoming the solution for both newly arrived immigrant doctors pursuing the American dream and for the hundreds of smaller communities in America in need of primary physicians. For 2 years now, LADA has created a powerful working partnership between the Literacy Council of Lancaster, Lebanon, Hershey Penn State Medical Center, Franklin and Marshall College, and Church World Services.
We have students who are highly skilled, immigrants and refugees, who have credentials from other countries around the world, and they're not able to work in their chosen profession because of the language barrier and credentialing issues. So that's another service that we provide here. We have career navigation and mentoring and skills training to help people reclaim careers in their new home.
When they came to the United States, they came to a new land. They didn't speak the language. They could not serve as medical professionals here, and that's where the journey begins.
Right, my name is Daniel Rodriguez Bauza. I'm a Cuban doctor.
So, mi nombre es Miguel Silva.
My name is Lisbon Carrero.
Liliana Leiva.
My name is Jesus Rodriguez, J.R. Rodriguez.
Mi nombre es Víctor Adier Hernández.
Mi nombre es Francisco.
And when we were just getting started with the medical ESL program at the Literacy Council.
So we can really make sure that the English language piece is covered and addressed for these doctors.
What does the key do? The key opens door. English is the key.
You know, what is it going to take? And if licensing isn't a viable option for some of the doctors, what are other alternative career pathways that they can take? Because there's so many other healthcare careers that may be more accessible.
I did my residency at Penn State University, Hershey Medical Center. I had recently met Dr. Lidis Rivera. She's from Bucaramanga, Colombia.
It is too difficult to get into the health field again because the knowledge is there, but they need to have the knowledge in a different language.
The director of the Simulation Center turned around after meeting the doctors and said, "What would it be like for you if you could study here with us?"
So that's why this program is so valuable, because we are giving them the clinical experience doing simulations, but also we are giving them contacts.
We attracted medical students from Penn State Hershey.
And I just kind of jumped right on that because I knew, I was like, wow, I would have this opportunity to review the material myself, teach the material so that I understand it better, but then also I get to learn from these physicians who treated patients in Ghana and Tanzania and Cuba.
And then after the whole class is done, then the doctors turn around and they get to be the professors because the students want to practice how do you take a history in Spanish.
A little bit of a cultural education for both of us because they got...
Yes, I'm actually an immigrant myself, and I remember moving here when I was 11 and really understanding what that felt like, involved in the culture shock, but mostly the language barrier, and especially seeing it through my parents who were adults and who gave up their careers back in Ecuador and came here and couldn't pursue the same things. The doctors are really, really incredible. They are role models to any young person.
I was the same like them. Sometimes I hear people that say, okay, here is too difficult, you are not going to be a doctor anymore. Why you don't study other things? It was so depressed because you feel that all that you have been doing in your life is gone. And you need to start again. And maybe, as people is saying, you need to start another thing. And it's scary. Because you say, okay, I'm not going to be able to be a doctor anymore.
A lot of times when we think of Cuba, we just think of Fidel Castro and communism and the United States embargo with Cuba, but these are real people who are trying so hard to be successful here in the United States, and to do that they have to learn English.
Since I've been here, all of American, they give me a lot of welcomes to this country.
Why would I be a good asset? I'm bilingual. I could deal with a growing Hispanic population.
This program helped us to believe in ourselves again.
Some people asking, why did you come? And I'm like, why not? This is the best country of the world.
And when you just meet them face to face, you realize they're not just Cubans, they're not just doctors, they're just people who are trying to succeed like the rest of us are.
I'm grateful for the American people, for all the help that we had here.
And that's my dream, to become a doctor, to serve the community.
LADA was like a light.
The LADA group, it is food for the soul.
So I would like to give back.
I want to give back to the community that have given me like so much.
It's an opportunity with relatively small financial backing to make such a profound difference. What each of these doctors can do in primary care, the thousands of people that they will take care of in our community and in communities across the United States. Their primary care doctor may be at retirement age. Their primary care doctor may not have a visa to stay in the community anymore. A hospital may be shutting down because they don't have enough physicians in that community.
These are people who would know how to practice primary care already. They want to practice primary care, and then on top of that, they would be able to practice primary care with a set of critical thinking and problem-solving skills that would allow them to practice primary care in a very challenging setting that a lot of American physicians might not want to practice in.
To be able to have that pipeline of talented folks to help keep a clinic or a hospital vibrant and serving a community, a small investment goes a long way.